this part of the lab, we're going to test the angle of impact. And there's a couple things that you have to do. First is you have a list in your lab that deals with the angles of impact that we're actually going to use, and you're going to have to use a protractor. The problem is that we're dealing with angle of impact, so the angle that you have, you're going to subtract it from 90. So if I'm at 90 degrees and I want an angle of 10 degrees impact, I'm going to leave my protractor up here, so 90 minus 10 is 80. So I'm reading off of my protractor down here. And the same thing happens if I want a 60-degree impact. 90 minus 60 is going to be 30. So we're going to be way down here. And so that's how we're going to measure our angles of impact, because we're looking at the angle at which the blood droplet hits the surface here. So once you have that established, now it's time to actually start to set up the lab. So the one thing that you have to do is keep your board in the same location based upon your protractor, and it always helps if you have a partner to help hold this here. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to have an index card, and you're going to place your index card off to the side, because when you get to the angles that are steeper, this little metal piece right here is going to get in the way, so it's not, your blood droplet's not going to hit. And once you have this off to the side, you'll be basically set. Your partner is going to have two things. One, they're going to have to hold the protractor, or you can hold the protractor, however you work this out with your partner. And then the other thing that's going to have to happen is you should drop your blood droplet onto the cardboard or index card from the same height every time. So if you're holding up your, drop that. So if you're holding up your platform here and you have your appropriate angle at whichever height, and you place the tip of your ruler at the top of your paper, you can then drop your blood at a specified height onto the cardboard. So, and it's that easy. The only difference is that when you get to this height that's more vertical, you may miss the paper and you'll hit the surface of the table. It's not a big deal. Just try to hit the paper and you'll get your spatter on there. And we're going to compare those angles afterwards, and we'll talk about that as a whole group.